Okay, let's talk about solar power for your house. Now, this is not really from the perspective of do I think it's great for the environment and great for your house and save you money and energy. I think all that is true. But what I want to give you is the perspective, the real estate professional's perspective, if you will, or the perspective of a buyer who's considering purchasing your house. So if you own a home and you're thinking about adding solar, I think that's great. If you're planning to sell it in the near future and everybody's telling you, oh, it's going to be great for the house and you're going to make a ton of money, because so many people want solar power in their home. So I'm going to say slow down and just think about that for a minute. Let me give you a real life example. So I was recently looking at a house with a couple that was considering purchasing it, and it had solar power. It was all hooked up and ready to go. It had the panels. From one perspective, it was great in that the panels were situated on the back of the house. That received the most sun. That was great. It did not affect the curb appeal. There's nothing worse than rolling up to a beautiful home that you're so excited to see, and you see like tons of solar panels on the front of the house. They're just not that attractive. Okay, so that's a little bit of a drawback right off the bat, but if they're on the back of the house, that's a really good thing. So further into this situation, we find out that the solar panels on the roof are leased from the solar company. They did a 20-year lease. That's a big commitment. So, and there were 17 years left on this particular lease, and it was costing them $105 a month to lease these solar panels. So that means they had to save at least $100 a month on their electric bill, which they were. So that was a good thing. But here's the kicker. By digging a little deeper, what we found out was that these solar panels were on a roof that needed to be replaced in about 3 years. So we looked deeper into the solar contract that they had with the solar company, and we find out that the solar company is not contributing to the cost of removing those solar panels when that roof needs to be replaced, and they're not going to pay to put those solar panels back on. That is on the homeowner. So that's several $1,000s to do that, and it's going to make your re-roofing expenses much higher than it would ordinarily be. So when you're purchasing a home with solar power, there's a couple of things you have to just think about and be aware of. And I would say really the first one is look at the cost. How efficient is it? You got to look at all the bills and make sure that you have the history. Read the contract. See what's not covered in that contract to make sure that you understand the expenses that are coming. And I would also say, number 2, think about the commitment. Do you want to be in a relationship with this solar company that you didn't pick, but you're buying into for the next 20 years or the next 15 years? It's a consideration. If you're a seller, before you make these decisions, think about it from that buyer's perspective. So not only are they looking at how much money they're going to have to pay in their mortgage payment in order to own this house, but automatically they have to add right on top of it a long-term commitment to a solar company to pay them their monthly fee no matter what. Now, I will say that with more and more people purchasing electronic cars, or electric cars, I should say, or electric powered cars, maybe is the right way to say it. I think that we're going to see this whole situation change a little bit, and we're going to have a sort of coming together of solar powered homes and electric powered vehicles, and we're going to have more efficient systems together. And so I see that future. It's definitely coming, but is it here yet? Not yet. It really isn't. And so I have to say, when buyers see that a house has solar power, it's just not a clean slate for them. It's not a decision that they made. They would rather purchase a home that's kind of like a clean slate. And if they want to add solar, great. Now, you don't always know if you're going to stay in your house forever, and so you never know when is the right time to add solar power to your home. But I would say, if you're thinking about making a major change to your house that could impact the future sale of your house or the future value of your house, ask your real estate agent if they can sort of contribute an opinion. They can look at the overall picture. They can look at the market. They can talk to you about your specific plans and just give you a sense about what's going on in the market and how buyers might perceive any significant decision that you make if you're planning to sell your home. So I just thought I would share this information. It's kind of real life experience. I've seen these solar contracts on multiple homes. I know what to look for, but it really can be a tricky thing when you are purchasing a home or selling a home. So anyway, if you have any questions about that, just give me a call, Judy Mitchell, and my phone number is 917-880-6342. Thanks.